You're sitting in a Target parking lot, staring at your phone. The cart beside you has toothpaste, laundry detergent, shampoo, just the basics. The total, $43.67. And you're doing the math. Can I afford this? Will my account overdraft? Did that paycheck clear? Should I put the name brand detergent back? This is what I call poverty math. It's not about being poor. It's about that suffocating feeling when every purchase requires a mental calculation, when buying toothpaste feels like a financial decision. And this here where it goes downward spiral. Princeton researchers found that financial scarcity literally lowers your IQ by 13 points. 13 points. That's the difference between above average and borderline impaired. When you're exhausted from doing poverty math, you can't make good decisions. You're too tired, too stressed, too spent. So today I'm going to show you the math that breaks the cycle. It's boring, it's not sexy, but it works. Let me introduce you to two women, Jessica and Amanda, both age 28. Jessica made one boring decision 3 years ago. And that decision, the one that sounds so mundane you'd scroll past it on social media, is worth about $3 million. Jessica drives a used 2019 Honda Civic she bought for $18,000. It's paid off. It has 47,000 miles on it, many small dents, and cloth seats that smell vaguely like coffee. At age 25, she can invest $500 monthly to her S&P 500 index fund. Amanda drives a 2024 BMW 3 Series. It's gorgeous, leather seats, that iconic grille, adaptive LED headlights. She had a down payment for $18,000 and continue paying car loan for $580 a month. She doesn't invest anything in her early years. Same age, similar salaries, different car payments. Now let's fast forward their lives. At age 55, Jessica has $1.13 million in her retirement account. Amanda has $218,000. Jessica could retire today if she wanted. Amanda has to keep working. At age 65, Jessica has $3.16 million. Amanda has $461,000. Jessica retires at 62, travels the world, and leaves a legacy for her family. Amanda works until 69, downsizes her life, and prays Social Security doesn't collapse. Here's the part that should make you physically uncomfortable. The only difference between these two lives is a $500 a month car payment. Not a salary gap, not a lucky inheritance, not a winning stock pick, a car payment. $500 a month isn't just money, it's a choice. It's the choice between a status symbol today and retiring 7 years earlier. It's the choice between impressing strangers at red lights and having $2.7 million more at age 65. And here's the brutal honesty. Nobody cares about your car. The person next to you at the stoplight doesn't think you're successful because you drive a BMW. They're doing poverty math in their own head, wondering if they can afford their car payment. The only person impressed by your car is the bank collecting interest. All right, let's talk about the math that built Jessica's $3.16 million. She takes that $500 a month, the money Amanda spends on a car, and invests it into an S&P 500 index fund for 40 years. Here's what happens. Total amount Jessica contributes, $240,000. That's $500 a month times 12 months times 40 years. Total account value at year 40, $3.16 million. Wait, she only put in $240,000, but ended up with $3.16 million? Yes, because 92.4% of that wealth came from compound interest. She earned $2.92 million by doing nothing except not touching it. But here's the part nobody tells you. The first $100,000 is soul-crushing. At $500 a month, it takes about 10 years of grinding to hit your first $100,000. 10 years. That's longer than most people stay at a job, longer than most marriages these days. A decade of watching your account grow at what feels like a glacial pace. But then something magical happens. Going from $1 million to $2 million takes only 6.7 years. Why? Because at $1 million, your money is making about $100,000 a year on its own, assuming a 10% average annual return. That's more than most people's salaries. Your money is out-earning you. By year 30, your investments are generating more than $100,000 per year, more wealth per year than you're contributing. Your money becomes the employee. You become the person collecting the paycheck. Here's the exponential curve visualized. Year 10, about $100,000. Year 20, about $380,000. Year 30, about $1.13 million. Year 40, about $3.16 million. Notice how the curve explodes in the final decade? That's compound interest. That's your money having money. And the only thing you have to do is not touch it and not panic when the market crashes, because it will crash multiple times, and every single time it has recovered and gone higher. Let me tell you about Ronald Reed. Ronald was a gas station attendant and a janitor in rural Vermont. He drove a second-hand Toyota Yaris. He wore the same jacket for years, held together by safety pins. His neighbors thought he was broke. When Ronald died at age 92, he left behind $8 million. How? He bought dividend-paying stocks, blue-chip companies like Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, CVS, and he never sold. For 70 years, he collected dividends, reinvested them, and lived below his means. He didn't day trade, he didn't chase crypto, he didn't buy individual hot stocks. He bought boring companies that make boring products, soap, toothpaste, bandages, and held them forever. Here's the lesson. Wealth is what you don't see. The person driving the $70,000 lifted truck with the light bar and custom exhaust, they're often one missed paycheck away from repossession. The person driving the 2015 Camry with 140,000 miles, they might be a millionaire. Because wealth isn't about looking rich, it's about being free. And freedom is boring. It's a paid-off car. It's a Roth IRA you never check. It's saying no to brunch so you can say yes to retiring at 60. So why do we fail at this? Because our brains are sabotaging us. Your brain was designed 200,000 years ago on the African savanna. Back then, if you found berries, you ate them immediately because they might not be there tomorrow. That's called present bias. Your brain is wired to prioritize instant gratification over long-term survival. So when you see a marketing email for 40% off at Target, your caveman brain screams, "Get the berries now." It doesn't care about your Roth IRA in 2064. It cares about dopamine today. But there's a second, darker force at play, the exhaustion tax. You work 50 hours a week to afford the $580 car payment, the $2,200 rent, the $150 cable bill. You're exhausted, so you order DoorDash for $38 instead of cooking. You buy the $7 cold brew instead of making coffee. You pay for convenience because you're too tired from working to pay for the very things that make you tired. It's a trap, an exhausting, soul-crushing trap, and the only way out is to stop feeding the trap. All right, enough theory. Here's the boring step-by-step plan that builds wealth. Step 1. For American, you can open a Roth IRA or contribute to your 401k. Outside US, use the best tax-advantaged account available where you live and work. Roth IRA. Open one at Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. It takes 15 minutes. You can contribute up to $7,000 a year, 2024 limit. 401k. If your employer offers a match, contribute at least enough to get the full match. That's free money. Step 2. Buy one boring index fund. Don't pick stocks. Don't try to beat the market. Buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Fidelity, FXAIX. Vanguard, VOO or VIAX. Schwab, SWPPX. These funds own the 500 largest US companies. You're literally betting on American capitalism. Historically, it's returned about 10% per year on average. Step 3. Automate your contributions. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your investment account. $500 a month, $250, $100, whatever you can afford. The amount matters less than the automation. You can't spend money you don't see. The warning. Every day you wait makes the math exponentially worse. If you start investing $500 a month at age 25, you'll have $3.16 million by 65. If you wait until age 35, you'll need to invest $1,050 a month to hit the same goal. Wait until age 45, you'll need $2,400 a month. The math doesn't wait, and neither should you. Let me paint you two pictures. Version 1. It's 40 years from now. You're 68 years old. You wake up on a Tuesday, not because an alarm went off, but because you're done sleeping. You check your investment account, $3.4 million. You don't have a car payment. You don't have a mortgage. You don't owe anyone anything. You spend the morning reading, the afternoon hiking, the evening with your grandkids. You travel twice a year. You donate to causes you care about. You are free.
It's 40 years from now. You're 73 years old. Your knees hurt, your back hurts. You're still working part-time at Home Depot because Social Security doesn't cover your rent. You're one medical emergency away from bankruptcy. You haven't been on vacation in 11 years. You regret the car payments, the subscription services that don't even exist anymore. You are trapped. The only difference between these two versions of you is a decision you make today. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when you get that promotion. Today. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Boring wins. Boring beats flashy. Boring beats sexy. Boring beats hustle culture and crypto gambling and get-rich-quick schemes. Boring is a paid-off Honda Civic and a Roth IRA, and saying no to things that don't matter, so you can say yes to a life that does.
Subscribe to my channel for more content and help grow Machi the Malamute together, learning finance.